Hey, you guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Emily Hong. I'm a sales engineer with Solace Systems. So over the past couple days here at this event, I'm sure you guys have learned about a lot of cool things happening in the fintech space, right? APIs and services that'll make it easier to bring new capabilities to your applications. Folks like Hyperwallet's payment API that opens the doors to some new and exciting scenarios, some non-traditional things. And then also, it's been a lot of focus on new ways to reach your customers, to serve them, to grow that customer base, especially around the space of mobile and omni-channel experiences, ways to provide more personalized interactions with those customers. So definitely an exciting time. I'm sure you guys are all pumped up and have lots of great ideas that you want to take back to the office with you. So the thing is, as you go back and we start thinking about how you're going to implement all this, the wheels might start turning in your head. And we have to think about what it's going to take to actually make some of this stuff happen. What we start to realize is that the world doesn't look like this. Unfortunately, no technology is an island, and you already have a lot of stuff. So your world probably looks a little bit more like this, right? A whole complex mess of different technologies that you're already dealing with. Things that are carefully strung together, perhaps somewhat precariously, and that keep your business running. And back in the office, as we start having these conversations to figure out how to make some of this cool new stuff happen, we're going to be talking with our developers, our architects, the ops teams, your execs. And the thing is, all of them are living in that last world that we just saw too. So all of this complexity causes headaches, different headaches for each of these different constituents. And they're already kind of dealing with this whole complex thing with kid gloves to make sure that all these systems behave, that they keep your business running, and that they also are able to keep the regulators happy and give them what they need. So your developers might start asking, okay, well, if we want to bring this cool new technology to light, how many applications does it have to talk to? And how are we going to do that? Is it going to impact my existing applications? Because those are running my business today. How much data is it going to generate? How much data is it going to consume? Operations, those ops guys are going to have some of those similar questions, but they need to also make sure that this all stays running, that it's fault tolerant, so that if a server comes down or whatever, that again, we're not impacting our end users and our customers. And then our executives, well, obviously they're going to be curious about how much revenue that this cool new thing can generate. They're also going to want to know how much is this going to cost. And so does it make sense? And let's say that they're really sold on these new ideas that you're bringing. Perhaps there's other ways that you can combine this cool new technology with other things that you guys already have in the enterprise and create even more cool new stuff. And so let's say that all of this is a success, right? It becomes an overnight sensation. And that's great, except can your existing systems handle it? Or is it going to cause you guys to make headlines, but not in the good way? So enter Solace. Call us the Aspirin, if you will. So what we do is unify the distribution of real-time data flowing between all of these different things, right? Between everything. Your current enterprise applications that are running your business, the mobile applications that you might have, the big data systems that you recently implemented, the cloud and the IoT stuff that you guys are talking about implementing. But let's take a step back, right? How did we even get to this world? To fix a problem, sometimes it helps to understand how it happened. So if we think about what a typical banking IT environment looks like when it comes to messaging to other kinds of application sharing, The technology that you use to share information between different applications is called messaging. For a given application, a given set of needs, you typically pick the best protocol, the best tool to get the job done, and you're good to go. Keeping a system like this up and running, scaling it to meet your needs, it's pretty easy, not too bad. Over time, though, you have new applications that come on board with different requirements, each that needs to behave their own way. And as you start having to now code to these different APIs, as you start having to manage and monitor and scale all of these different things independently, trying to also figure out, how to share information from one of these things with another, bridges, interdependencies, things start getting a little more complex. And eventually, you've got something that looks like this. A typical bank probably has, hundreds, maybe even thousands of different applications. And to support those, you may have dozens of technologies. And the thing is, those dozens of technologies essentially do the same basic thing: move data between applications. For example, for your front office applications or market data distribution, that needs to be super fast and lightweight. Back office stuff needs to be transactional, guaranteed, robust, right? If you want to process orders and trades, well, you can't lose any of those messages. So that has to be enterprise grade. And then you've got app servers. Those want to talk via JMS. But other stuff doesn't. So then add in REST and SOAP. Add in WebSocket support for web streaming to mobile devices. And the list goes on and on. And what we've got now is several different points of failure, several different technologies and things that, again, you've got to manage, monitor, scale independently. And if anything goes wrong, you end up with a serious case of the blame game. And the thing is, it doesn't stop here, right? The world is getting messier. Add big data. Well, none of these things can support those use cases, so add Kafka to the mix. Internet of Things. Find something that supports MQTT and squeeze that in there too. And then you guys might be looking at moving workloads to the cloud. Well, let's say Amazon, they have their own messaging system. So spin that up as well. Aha, so that's how we got here, right? With all of these different technologies, we've kind of created a Frankenstein of sorts. A interconnected, complex, rigid system that makes it extremely difficult to adapt to change. So now as you're thinking about how to bring some of these cool new technologies to market, what's it going to take? And how are you going to be able to do that? I know that we're not on the left coast, but innovation and disruption have been the huge buzzwords. Well, with this, so much for innovation and disruption. And the thing is, at a time when the fintech world is evolving so fast, can you guys afford to fall behind? So with Solace, we take a fundamentally different approach. We provide a single backbone that handles all different types of messaging, right? From web streaming, big data, cloud. And we provide a variety of open standard protocols and API support. So we unify all of your different messaging needs with one technology, one, say, artery that distributes data through your entire enterprise, if you will. So depending on your needs, Solace's messaging platform is available in a variety of different form factors. We've got a cloud-friendly software in the form of a virtual image that you can just spin up on VMware or in the Amazon cloud. We also have purpose-built hardware, a purpose-built appliance that can handle many millions of messages per second. And either way, the Solace architecture inherently provides fault tolerance, high availability, failover, disaster recovery, so that you can be assured that you're not going to lose any messages. Solace links all different kinds of applications with all these different requirements and needs across all different environments. So within your data center for those enterprise applications, across your data centers, if you need to distribute data between, say, New York and Tokyo and London, we've got WAN optimization built in. Private cloud, public cloud, we can connect those too. Mobile, IoT applications, so we're on planes, trains, and buses. And then as you guys look to implement big data, we can also feed data into all those big data lakes with same technology. So all of that is handled one API, managed and scaled as one system. And let's take a look at how some of our customers have been benefiting from Solace today. So at a large investment bank that you might recognize here, we've consolidated thousands of different messaging servers, different types of messaging technologies down into a couple hundred Solace appliances. And what they've experienced with this is the simplified architecture, reduced cost, and increased time to market for new services. At a large insurance company, they've eliminated their app server layer and connected their iPhones and iPads directly to the source applications to provide new quotes for insurance claims. At a major payment processing company, they were using some legacy messaging technology, connecting to the mainframe systems, and they replaced that with Solace, enabling them to basically move forward in the 21st century and adopt a lot of new things like big data. At a retail bank, they've used Solace to provide personalized real-time interactions. So exchanges, they've used Solace to basically accelerate some of their trade matching and keep the regulators happy, comply with compliance requirements. And at some FX firms, they've used Solace to distribute price and risk data and accelerate some of their trading strategies, and basically reduce their trading time from, say, 20-second delay down to under a microsecond. So Solace is at 6 of the world's top 10 investment banks and 3 of the top 4 FX banks today. And as we talk to those folks, to our developers and architects and operations and execs, they all love Solace for the architectural flexibility, for being able to write your application to one API that can run anywhere, on-prem, in the Amazon cloud today, and perhaps you guys choose to switch to HP Helion tomorrow or to IBM Bluemix. Well, no changes to the application. You can run it and port the same application over there. Connect all of those different things. Again, the private cloud, the public cloud, on-prem, one single unified messaging fabric. Operations love Solace because it's a turnkey solution. You just spin up a virtual image or rack and run the appliance and you're good to go. So no more of that 3 a.m. babysitting of those systems that you kind of have to carefully just make sure that they behave. And again, all with high availability and fault tolerance and disaster recovery built into the box. And then executives love Solace because it is one technology, serves all these different needs, addresses many different needs, both today's needs as well as stuff for next generation applications like cloud and IoT and big data. And for you guys, that means this frees you up to innovate and compete. So thanks for listening. Please come by the Solace booth. And if you toss your business card in, you'll be entered for a chance to win an Amazon Echo. Thanks, you guys.